Alright, now we just wait. That's what some record says. Time to meet myself and watch some Mareka 7 while I wait for this to start. Alright, let's see how long I waited. Great. 18 minutes I waited for this to start. Just freaking fantastic. I swear to God. I swear to God, if this doesn't start, then I'm actually furious. Freaking forever, because I was Gale last time for 40 minutes. Oh, this is good. Wait a minute. Oh God, oh God. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. god, if I get taken out the last one. Oh, thank God I didn't die the last second. Let's go. This is my first raid, or like thing I've done forever where I haven't died first. I need to run now before I get all this food. I need to run now. I need to run now. I need to run now. Let me leave now. I don't want any of that. Okay, that I finally completed a raid. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but one person in Estel with the ability and authority to wield such magics. To do another raid immediately after. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display as benefits an inferior specimen. A contemptible display. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of Intermen drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit, or you are no mean trespassers, or mere trespassers. I had hoped those suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Growing insane. Keyword Hesperos. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandemonium? Pandemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Erythodonus, must you pass me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master Lahabrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. You may look like him, but you're not Hesperos. I know. The Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all? Farce, did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat.
But imagine he turns to his sponsor with like diarrhea in the arms.
I don't know, maybe a tiny such wasted potential. To be son to Master Lahabrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn baby. But of course, it's always about Lahabrea. Silence, you are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be careful to witness a feat beyond your regular abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have sipped the surely bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hermes Theos shall I serve Master Lahabrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. He shall require no other. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight what it means to serve? Aristotle is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of internment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Zui, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos's mind, it is plain his power far exceeds our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Weaklings, though they may be, it takes a singular absence to master and turn it so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing, where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Hesperos. I continue my work, even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain. Naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Aristotle. Even dullers have their uses. My darkest suspicion had been realized. We faced the keyword of Asphodel himself. What the hell did I just say? More than that revelation, however, Aristotle was worthy. He loved his spells for his compassion, but he received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. Yes, a little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. Much as I am loath to disturb Eric so soon after what had just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events, concerning both the keyword and his father. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than Lahabrea. that both my father and I combined others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Wait, Lahabrea has a father? He has a son? What the hell happened to him then? Where the hell is he? Ricky, Lahabrea has a son? What the hell? Who the hell? What? How? I know, I'm just questioning who the hell would do that with Lahabrea. Because, Ricky, from what I've seen throughout the game, Lahabrea is one of the most effed up people I've ever seen. So I'm going on the assumption that he was a different person during this time. Because if he's the okay, there. I'm gonna assume that he was a completely different person. Because no way in hell am I gonna picture the Lahabrea I know. He's a bad shiz insane person. What happened to his son, anyways? Maybe, oh my god, what if his son dies and maybe that's the catalyst for what Lahabrea becomes in the future? Oh my god, what if Lahabrea's son dies and that's how he becomes so messed up and evil? Ah, so it is true. Wait, then who is his mom? Hey, I'm Lahabrea's son, bred of his talent for magic or his brilliant mind. But his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay. I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, you have to indicate some long-held connection with Lahabrea. It was Lahabrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of Lahabrea. More specifically, my mother, who was a researcher there. Damn. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before Lahabrea. She is your mother, yes? How soon? I can see why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You're the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. Lahabrea had nothing to do with it. I think there is little love lost between you two, but I cannot see is why Lahabrea was appointed in chief key ward when another was already in place. It was my place. My mother is no longer with us. And Lahabrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Ah, I see, she's no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of Lahabrea, but she's lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances. I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? The topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand. After all, namely, how to deal with this or whatever. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we could have surmised that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he'll be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations, in another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost.
He said that he has become one with the creation.
Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to internment. In theory, that should be possible. However, it is enough merely to confine him. After all he has done, I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all true so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put Lahabrea's own work at risk and trade for some nebulous power. Lahabrea is the key is the chief keyword of pandemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. What if Lahabrea wants this to be thrown into disarray?
Whatever.
Pure curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at an advantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarters? Daring as ever, see, I know not which trials you have faced in your path, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try. I cannot pronounce that name. Fine. Thank you, Zooey. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When his pharaohs spoke of them, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the a beast which feeds off the aether of its prey. Will I see that is the creation of Pharaoh merge his essence into it?
Oh, everyone continue running around
Himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory.
Steve's on.
He called himself a Hermithia and claimed immortality, and know not how he discovered this dark art, but his actions do not bespeak a sound mind. That Hesperos possessed such a lust for power that he would resort to this. Clearly I misjudged him. I like nothing more than to strike him down myself, but seeing him wipe that arrogant grin off his face will taste just as sweet. Oh, and unwelcome visitors. Oh, does that mean Lahabrea? Oh, I'm getting close. Oh, I'm about to meet the first section of this whole raid series. A bunch more after this one that I gotta do. Fourth circle.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna do myself while this. Let's start for probably the next 2 to probably the next 10 to 20 minutes. Fine. Stop. Let's go, both the Oh my, I have died twice. Oh, I just realized where the fight is. Looks like my character lost his family jewel. Looks like my character lost his family jewel.
Two waters from the freezer. I think that's
The most freaking deaths.
Oh,
Now, Zenith, we end this here.
I'm gonna try to do this by myself if I said I'm gonna try to do this by myself.
Good, I will not be put in jail. Oh. To think that I would... To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall turn to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Esperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Esperos? You were better than that. Your star showed more brightly than any other in Pandemonium. You and Lahabrea's respect, his trust. But more did you seek, that you would forsake all that and surely your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. As far as his infatuation with your father was his undoing, perhaps he was so jealous that fate had chosen you, and not him, to be Lahabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought Verboten power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does the pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into a contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing.
Luis, do you want donuts? He said no.
I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies not by my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperus' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control. Can you really do that? What is this presence? A rich thing. What lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is clear from the surface, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. Abyssos. A warning signal. How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. What if Lahabrea is the true villain in this whole thing? I hate it assuming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. Wait. What if that dude who is Lahabrea's son is actually pretending to be nice and then he ends up becoming evil at the end? Or what if he was faking being Lahabrea's son? When we first encountered you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panic mind. You were made to feel this way to be by a powerful magical influence. Or what if we went into a primal? It is possible that the same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for Lahabrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his alternate state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? It stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him.
Careful, careful with the side.
Indeed. Our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiment, for more potential Hermithio. If what you're saying is true, they're my colleagues. They're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Erich Thania. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hermithio, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, as much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding our way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelios, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I hereby take control of these circles, and thus can wield intimate magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, there's nothing stopping us from returning in order to Asphodelios, or whatever. Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, your Asphodelios is sole remaining warder after all. Mother Ephraim! Do you mean to send a report to Lahabrea? It's too soon to say. Let us first on our way into Rabisauce. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. What if the Asians travel back in time to influence us? Agreed. Even so, if it means saving a single life within Pandemonium, then I'm not above asking Lahabrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries merely paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Erich and Thanios and I shall remain here for the time being. But as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelios. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are aware there may be more battles ahead of us. Demetrius' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. So, I would help wherever so I am able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magic which govern this place that we are able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to Hippocampus' assault. Each of us arrived at this dire path by separate paths. But it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandemonium saved. Thank you, Thania. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us alone do his way. Besides, do you have something awaiting? If you have someone awaiting a report of your progress, yes, I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. I just was in that circle for like no reason.
Welcome, Zoe. Back with the past.
No, the worse for wear, I see. So, what did you find? So I'm assuming that crystal belonged to that white-haired dude. So there is evil afoot in Pandemonium, an already ominous place. I must see mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece.
It appears the voice Zooey heard with the crystal spoke the truth. That's for who left it behind and why. Those are yet questions to be answered.
Indeed. It could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ill by ill, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Zooey, of course. By his actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet he returns to the same present he left. Which can only mean one thing, that his intervention in Pandemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Whatever upon us unraveling within Pandemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would it carry forth in the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and the despair would leave an incredible mark upon history's pages. The despair would only feed the terrible beast that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars are left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elphys must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandemonium? Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further.
It shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We'll look right away.
But I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time, and as matters in Elphys seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. Our research moves into its critical stage, and I found it really suitable to recruit another assistant. Mylene is an expert in armaments from throughout history. Be they from the far-flung past, or made in most modern forges. If you find aught of interest in your ventures, bring it here and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to pursue the records of the events you have reported here, NMGG has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal.
Oh, I thought that was a dude.
I sense that we've embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I've accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor, nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you'll be the first to know when we do.
check it out.
Yeah, I ain't doing this.
What? Is this a freaking shard gun?
I made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and nights, I finally hearkened to the Christmas whisper, and I must say, Professor Claudine, where are your manners? Well, I understand all too well your enthusiasm, and let's remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Ah, yes, of course, my apologies. Zooey, being consumed by my research for so long, I'm afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. Hey, in that case, perhaps we talk about interruption. What happened? Oh my god. That was one huge spider. God, it's dead now. With the crystal said it drifted on the ethereal type to send the members of a party yet unknown. They cried out for deliverance from Pandemonium, where the ancients kept volatile creatures under lock. Lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring facility from within. And the advent of divine monstrosity wrought of mythic beasts and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions, Themius and Rishonius, was sufficient to restore order to the circles of Asmodeus. But the greater threat remains. In the depths of Pandemonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an ominous etheric signature, which I believe arose from the memory stored within. Analysis of this pattern suggests a feeling of loss or yearning. Specifically, the yearning to be made whole. And indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature, telling me that another such crystal exists in our time. Wait, did you find your controller? Wait, Lisa, have you found your controller yet? So, my friend, I must depart the search for it forthwith. By tracing the matching etheric signature to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us? What happened? What is she talking about? Will Zui grace us with his protection? I'm afraid he has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Rusenad. Namely, to seek out the secrets which lie nested within Pandemonium, where this all began. For all that we have heard, it appears that time traversal from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. What is Sandra talking about? You mean in the trash can? From the trash can? Sleeping on what? As for you, my loyal citizens, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging the ancient creation. You can't mean, do you attempt to search for the crystal on your own? Why, yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I've already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. If progress is in sight, Professor Claudian tends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and he has been worse than usual. I cannot fault him for his excitement. I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor's name to capture the ethereal gem.
Still gonna bring it back?
What? I'm not getting up. What?
We made it about...
Hold on. It's ethereal yearning, which has served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time those will come to remember how valuable we are. The search for this crystal seems to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure. And upon his return, I'm certain he'll be back to his usual self. Nope, I feel like this is some dark foreboding. As for you, Zoe, it may be best to return to Pandemonium, as Professor Claudius suggested. So, do none of the stars know that I'm literally traveling back and forth between the future, between the past and present, and for like a mission?
This was all a little?
How do none of the scions know?
Have you seen anything interesting? No control yet?
Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandemonium requires you to pass the Elpis, correct? There's something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creations confined within Pandemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's their whole story. Barring exceptional cases.
With what?
They must have been under observation in Elpis before being co-signed to their shackles. And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they would have kept through thorough records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into these records may shed light on creatures Zui has yet to encounter, if your theory proves correct. That
what?
Oh, jeez.
Well, there are no guarantees.
What walking on you?
Why would he say
Come back up.
It certainly beats the current strategy of rushing. Rushing forward.
I can't close the door.
What the hell is that? For your own sake as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. What happened? I don't want to know. You seek records of Pandemonium's creations. Master Athenius has just finished pursuing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both are at the same conclusion. Luckily, I've saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives. Perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have undone the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here to merely chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunes about Pandemonium's protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe. There have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Irminster's capacity to keep watch over Asphodelius while I'm away. He works diligently to master interment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany me while I attend to another matter, more idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, he has agreed to meet us near the nearest to Pandemonium. Lahabrea is not, or freaking Azim. As I part on expedition to Pandaemonium, I cannot help but be mystified how strong the ward is we encountered felt for Lahabrea, whether it be for good or ill. Hesperos and Tithonius were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looked to his father with bald hatred. I would not expect such a familiar such as you to understand this, as such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude toward my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the stars. The view is not unique to myself, it is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the regions of Pandaemonium seem to view Lahabrea with a feeling approaching obsession, whether driven by love or hate. They have all been drawn to him. There are many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I thought the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the words of Lahabrea. My apologies for have kept you waiting, Master Fenrir. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandaemonium, and I wish to know of its origins. Indeed, in particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandaemonium was built directly under Elphys. The facility is overseen by the wards or words of Lahabrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elphys, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? I first thought to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which are deemed failures of the researchers of Elphys can be easily ushered into their new home. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elphys, including from the words of Lahabrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited information, I cannot but feel that Academia and Ainu would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elphys have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and ones we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandaemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmise, the majority of the creations kept within Pandaemonium were sent from Elphys. Yet as years passed, interests changed. Failures in creations even too flawed, even to submit to Elphys' paradoxically drew the attention of Pandaemonium's researchers. That is quite the change, and in fact almost runs to counter the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be the subject of research? Master Lahabrea, such authority is reserved for the Chief T-Warren, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. So if Pandaemonium's resources are being misused, it will be under Lahabrea's authority, correct? Theories. What if Lahabrea secretly killed other dude? What if Lahabrea secretly killed his wife, or the woman who had that son with, who he had a son with, just to take her position? And he didn't like how she ran Pandaemonium. I know now what you're suggesting, but the key wards also hold some sewers in the facility. Not even Master Lahabrea would be free from this scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. Although I admit, as of late, their communication has been somewhat sporadic. We but recently received a report from one of the keywords stating that all Zoas in Pandaemonium's halls. Really? And are you certain that a key ward sent it? Yes, of course, our communication suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that if the words did their diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my pride. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warden's work is delicate and I would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. All is well. A blatant lie is that we can both attest. One of the remaining key words is most certainly in league with the party behind us. Let us sir, I know not why adversaries sent their report. It is clear that we must return the pandemonium with haste. I cannot guess to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill, as this is knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more key word to puppet. Regardless, they have tipped their hat, and we would be remiss to leave Erishanios at the mercy of their machines. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. Not quite. I've choice these sigils countless times, yet still lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim of my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? Hehe. There is something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. What if this is one of the creatures that was sent to Pandemonium that has gained sentience and wants revenge? You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you set your sights to high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, familiar of the Phoenix, but that monster has walked away. That is it. In spite of the trouble I went to in freeing it, I might add, begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must. But with control of Asphodelius wrestled from my grasp, it's simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find it and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there is no need for such hostility. A calm heart stays the course, the wisdom of Lahabrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard those words many times, a scolding of a tutor whose students struggle to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told it to anyone, not even keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. That still you insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, Lahabrea. At last, you knew to keep up. Pity that you remain behind, nevertheless. As ever you are, always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act.
Wait.
And though fate is designed, deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are berated magical powers and common sense both. You need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet in the presence of the pandemonium great experience. There's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What? What wish? Come and also be revealed. All this rage, this hatred is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What are you? Uninvited guest run our unit. It seems fortune no longer favors you. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I'm no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are these heroes who brought Hesperos low, even as divine power flowed through his veins. Tis plain there are worthier subjects to contend with. Thank you. If you had showed up even a moment later, I shudder to think what would have become of me. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can hold thrall over familiar creation and keyword life. And so there could be but one conclusion. Lahabrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few of the withal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation of the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny. Even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magic, it may serve as veil and mantle both. So I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by Lahabrea, I know. You have met him, yes, you think he's capable of this. Issy, so you believe Lahabrea to be a man of few scruples, if it brings his goals closer in reach. That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, Lahabrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While it may not be one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe there is no depth to which he would not stoop. Although he met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Those methods are ever unorthodox. They seem guided by a firm understanding of what is just.
Wake up, bro.
There's one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into pandemonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. Then we must move forward with no excuse of caution. Lahabrea, or whoever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of pandemonium. We can safely assume the other key wards won't greet us with open arms. Agreed, let us make our way through Abyssus one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Erich's Valiant's side in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the van class? Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magics will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. Oh, yep, I'm definitely gonna be here for a while. I'll be here probably for the next 15, probably the next 15 to 25 minutes. 30. Work on the thumbnail. 5 more players must join. We don't know where the backpack is. Well, I can't. There's literally too much. There's literally too much junk to close the door. I can literally push it. There's so much junk. I literally have to push the door to close it. was that? Oh god. Roto Carbuncle? That's a carbuncle? What? I died at the last second. I knew I was gonna die at the last second. Mother Melanie. Okay, that was interesting. So this is where research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Arid, ominous, and I were convened not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even alone, you are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. What a Lahabrea. Is that Lahabrea? Damn, what? I did not expect Lahabrea to look like this. Where the circumstances is different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long, but I believe we can forego introductions. Unless I have misread you. Wait. What the hell? Passive perceptive. Yes, I am Lahabrea of the Convocation of 14, or however you pronounce that word. If you are truly who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. No, what is this? Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to aether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin aether and in an unfamiliar composition besides, it is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will get the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next act, and strike me down here and Richard's wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother, you would dare hide behind her name. Listen well. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your eyes for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? Wait. Here's a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are Lahabrea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter in defeat, are we? Say my name. A simple request. Damn, so that a trifle soon forgotten, as are you. I have my answer. The Lahabrea that I knew took part in the complication never suffered denigration. I swear to God, if Dennis is revealed to me, you stole your station with this farce. Dennis, what are you saying? Lahabrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real Lahabrea would never call me by Femix. Femix. What trouble have you gotten yourself? What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Elizabeth? Impossible of North to claim that form, that mask. What? Who? It was a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of Lahabrea, a man who values position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty. You would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right. Any worth you may have hinges on which you so despise. Such tried provocations, I will not be gloated into finishing this ere my work is done. Listen, well, I am half. And it is I whom you should call father. What in the name of creation? We should do well to not stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. That's a little bit. What the absolute hell? Elidibus? That's Elidibus? You have got to be kidding me. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As Lahabrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation and emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excused my deception. I had a feeling. Your perceptiveness is not surprising. When the time comes, it shall make my explanation all the easier to understand. In any case, you have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as Lahabrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please, help him. Save him. As you are aware of by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azim and I detected irregularities in Pandemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I am sure Lahabrea as well is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Neither Azim nor I had ever met you in the flesh. You came with his highest recommendations. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That's somewhere in the one a guiding star so similar to himself was out there and used Azim to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in his heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I've heard stories that Mistress Venat. What the hell? Furthermore, I've heard stories that Mistress Venat, who held the position of Azim previously, journeyed with the familiar, much like yourself. That made the decision to trust you all these. So this takes place after my first visit to the future. So this whole thing with Pandemonium doesn't take place before I first visit. So the Pandemonium quest takes place like after my first visit to the after my first visit to the past. But after my first visit to the ancients, this is my She too now dons the white robes of an advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware though I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I really wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that.